Here we are on the way to Manila Airport from Quezon City. We decided to go to Davao during this trip. It wasn't planned earlier, but we saw an opportunity and we decided to take around 3 to 4 days in Davao. We're taking the Skyway here, which is a toll road in Metro Manila. It only takes around 40 minutes to get from Quezon City to the airport using the Skyway, but it's an additional charge. If you take Grab, your driver will charge it after the trip, so you don't actually have to pay in cash most of the time. But some drivers actually do prefer that you pay in cash directly to the toll road. Since it's a regional flight, we're going to a smaller terminal, and here you can see we're taking Cebu Pacific. We're having a restaurant called Army Navy, which is kind of like Tex-Mex or Cal-Mex food. They have burritos. I'm watching some of the NBA games going on. Basketball's big in the Philippines, so it's often in public places. Here you can see we're able to get on the flight, and then it's only around less than 2 hours to get to Davao. Here's what Davao's airport looks like. It's mostly a regional airport, so most people coming to Davao are probably Filipinos going for work or school, although there are a few resorts and beaches that attract some international tourists. If you know anything about the Philippines, you'll know its economy is quickly expanding, so you'll see that there's a lot of signs of this, especially in Davao. I've been here twice, most recently in 2017, but during that time, I didn't actually go to Davao City. I went to a smaller place called Tagum, so this is my first time actually going to visit Davao City proper. Davao City is actually the second largest city in the Philippines outside of Metro Manila. We stayed at a hotel called the Blue Lotus Hotel, which is closer to the city center. It still took around 40 minutes from the airport to get here due to some traffic. Here's some scenes in the lobby of the hotel. It's still decorated for Christmas. And coming up, I fly my drone to give you a view of what Davao City looks like. So there's actually a famous island called Small Island off in the distance. It has some resorts and beaches, including a famous resort called Pearl Farm Resort. Here's what the Blue Lotus Hotel looks like from above, and you can see some scenes of the streets and the buildings in Davao. Davao is a fast-growing city, so it serves as a major hub for the south of the Philippines. So a lot of people come here for work. There's a lot of students that come here for the universities. One of the major industries is actually call centers, which is driving an increase in both the residential and the commercial land prices. Off in the distance, Davao City just completed a coastal road, so it's a beautiful road that follows the beach, which we'll see in a later video. Here you can see we're checking into our room. We checked out just a standard room. I thought it was clean and acceptable, but the view was only an interior wall, so we decided to change for our later nights in the hotel. After checking in, we decided to get some lunch, so we're just passing by the plaza right next to the hotel. There is a place called Ice Giants, which is like a regional Western food chain that's just here, which we see on our second day in Davao. But today we're heading to the famous Jolibee. So Jolibee, if you're not aware, is kind of like the McDonald's of the Philippines, even though there's also McDonald's in the Philippines. Jolibee has kind of the famous Filipino dishes like fried chicken and then spaghetti. It's not like the normal spaghetti you get in the US, so it's a little bit sweeter since they use banana sauce. You can see here also some pancit with some chicken, and then we also get a drink here. What might be unusual is that the fried chicken comes with rice and gravy. Actually, fried chicken was introduced by the US troops. It's similar to how it was introduced in Korea as well, where it's a big staple of the modern Korean cuisine. My cousin and her kids also gave us a present here. It's a dessert from Annie Pie. So it's similar to cinnamon, where they have cinnamon rolls. That's like We rested after lunch, and then here we are driving to a dinner place. There's also an SM mall in Davao. So SM is a chain of malls in the Philippines, and in Manila we're staying near one as well. You can see here it's raining pretty heavily. We were in a outdoor private tent at this time, and this restaurant is famous for organic chicken. It also has other dishes as well, and pizza, interestingly enough. Unfortunately, at this point, the rain started to intensify and our private tent was getting soaked, so they opted to move us to a larger seating area. Here are some of the chicken dishes, and then I believe some form of soup. Also a pork dish here. Apologies for not knowing all the names, but I can assure you it was good. We also got some fried fish as well. I was also a fan of the fruit shakes that they had. They had a lot of different varieties and they were all pretty good. Around halfway through the dinner, this cat came to us. It seems pretty used to humans, and I think it's a restaurant cat, so it's always here asking for table scraps. After dinner, luckily the rain kind of faded away. In the distance, normally in the daytime you would see a river, but right now it's too dark to see. The rest of the area is set up for Instagram basically. You can take a lot of photos near the setups here. They have a few exhibits and also some tents set up to take some pictures next to. If you're curious, the name of the restaurant is Malagos Homegrown, and then they also have like a seafood grill as part of the whole complex as well. After dinner, we decided to head back home, so we're passing by the mall again here. We have more planned for our trip in Davao, so the next day we're going to be visiting the coastal road. If you're keen on seeing more of Davao City, like and subscribe, and we'll show more in the next video.